All right. Okay, we should be live. While you guys are coming in, I'm going to grab something really quickly because I'm going to do that. So come on in. Okay. I kind of want some lo-fi music playing in the back because sometimes you just need to hear some chill vibes while we talk. Awesome. All right. If you don't know who I am, I'm your friend, your girl, Tahiry Devine. You can find me on all social channels as Tahiry Devine. Hey, welcome in, my dear. I see you coming in. Hello. All right. So, ladies, gents, I don't know if you guys are following me on TikTok. I think I've been shadow banned. I'm trying not to go that route, but I think so. I've been posting the last 48 hours, and 3 of my posts barely have 3 views. And so, I don't know. I guess TikTok ain't with the shiz because I've been dropping some shiz lately, but neither here or there. We're going to find what's going on with that another time, but let's get into it. I have a lot of background noise because there's a lot of construction happening, so I do apologize. But anyway, let's get into the topic. I really want to get into the topic because we are definitely diving into the dark feminine aspects. And that is my baby niece in the background. I hear a baby going on, so we got some company, so yay. But today, housekeeping. Let's get into some housekeeping. I want to make sure that you guys are following on all my social sites as Tahiry Devine. Most importantly, I would love for you to join my mailing list. You can go to tahirydevine.com. A little drop box will come down asking if you want to join the mailing squad. And I hope you do because you get more insider behind the scenes information and other topics as well. Okay? And y'all. Okay, sorry. I have braces and maybe getting my lip gloss gets on my braces and it's just not cute. But anyway, we're not going to focus on that. We're going to get into today's topic. Also, too, we have the last week to sign up for the craft, Mapping Your Magic. This is the last week, so Saturday is the last day to sign up. We start on Monday. And to those who signed up this weekend, you guys will be getting the itinerary. I'm doing things a little differently this year, a little more free-handed. So I'm looking forward to this way of doing class, and hopefully you all enjoy it as well. But we'll be going through a 4-week training of tapping into, not just tapping, but owning our sovereign power and our magic and mapping out our year. So I look forward to going through this with you all as well. But today's topic is what you're here for. You are here to know, are you a daughter of Eve or a daughter of Lilith? I might go back and edit this video and add that in here. So let's get into it. Yeah. So for those who don't know, there are 2 women who have been mentioned in the Bible, more so in the Jewish canon, and then later in the Christian Bible, we only get the story of Eve. But before there was the woman of Eve, we had the woman Lilith, who was known to be the first wife of Adam. And based off that story, off the Jewish canon and the Christian stories, Lilith was represented as, oh, you're excited? Yay! I love that. But Lilith was said to be the first wife of Adam. She was the first that was created in this garden, per se, or this science project. Human science project. And during that time, Adam, as the first man, he wanted to have sexual dominance over Lilith. And Lilith was like, no, you don't like that either? She don't like that either, y'all. And Lilith wasn't having it. So Lilith said, That's not how this is going to go. We're going to do it my way, my body, my choice, my pleasure. I want to be pleased this way. Adam wasn't having it. He went back to his creator God and said, hey, he complained about the woman he was given. This woman won't let me dominate her. She is saying she wants to have ownership of her pleasure. She is saying she wants to have ownership of her body. I know it. Can you believe that? So the gods went to Lilith and said, hey, is this true? Are you asserting authority over your own self? And she said, yes. So they said, well, that's not going to work in the science project, this human science project that we're doing. So either you're going to have to get out either you're going to get with the program or you got to get out the garden. And she has revoked her rights of being in the garden. And thus, based off the Jewish canon, I'm going to pick little mama up, y'all. Based off the Jewish canon, she is now the mother of demons. Can you believe that? Yes. Anywho, so from there, the gods created a different woman, a replica of some sort called Eve. And in this, Eve was to be the supreme. Oh, the baby, yes, this is my little niecey poo. Eve was to be the supreme ideal of what a woman should be. She was obedient. She was supposed to be all submissive to Adam. And then one day, while Eve was out frolicking in the garden, a serpent, some say it was Lilith, but a serpent came to her and told her, she shall eat of the fruit of knowledge, I think it is. And from there, she will know the truth. So she ate of the fruit and became knowledgeable. But as a woman of submission that she was created to be, she went back and told Adam, hey, I got this fruit here and I want to share it with you. And their God was not having it. Like my little niece is not having it. She wants me to hold her. Okay, I'll hold you. Hook up. I'll hold you. You want to be held? Okay, she wants to be held. You gonna get her bottle for us? Okay. And so what is that story representing? What is that saying to us, right? When we look at this myth of some sort, right? Eve was cursed. She was cursed to be submissive to the man. She was cursed to not have sovereignty over herself. And then Lilith was then thus cursed to be the baby demon killer, because the law at the time, or the rule, was if you were to leave the garden, we would kill any child that you have. And Lilith was like, you're going to have to catch me if you're going to do that. So therefore she was dubbed as a demon baby killer. So these two stories of these opposing forces of womanhood is what we've been presented with. And thus forth, we will either be considered a daughter of Eve or a daughter of Lilith. So let's start with Eve first. Who would be considered a daughter of Eve? Eve would be the archetype of woman who is, not only is she submissive to the man, but submissive to a point where she completely forgoes her own sovereignty. She completely forgoes or doesn't even understand or know that she has any type of personal autonomy. And she subjugates herself to the mercy of the dominating man. Then we have Lilith. She is the archetype of woman who is owning of herself and the decisions that come with self-ownership. Okay, yes, or any personal power. That is correct. She negates any personal power. She completely gives that up. And Lilith is the opposite of it. She's the polarizing storyline of what womanhood can be. She is the woman who not only takes accountability for herself, but she responds is to what she accounts to. So therefore, she took full ownership of not just what her body, not just of her pleasure, but also what her pleasure presents and what it creates, what it manifests. She understood the importance of not just owning herself, but owning every choice that comes with it, even if it meant exile, even if it meant they would talk bad about her, even if it meant that she could never go back to the life that she once knew. So when we look at these polarizing stories of these archetypical women, right, whether they were true women or just stories that we tell down the line, they give us an example of what identity that we can take on, particularly as the feminine. Now, I present the question, are you a daughter of Eve or are you a daughter of Lilith? And I'm going to propose an idea that we are both. Hey, you want some more? That was good? Okay, we want some more. I propose the idea that we are both. And I say that we are both Eve and we're both Lilith because we walk both consciousness with Eve and as Lilith. We all started out as Eve based on our present times, based off the patriarchal order that we are subjugated or born under, born in, however you may see. But we come to a space that we never ever truly forget about Lilith. Although we may not ever got her full story, and this may be your first time hearing this story, we still have this underlying part of our consciousness that knows there is more than what I'm living. The question, and I believe many of you ladies that are on this live have probably asked this and are walking in this truth, that there is more to life than what I'm given, and I'm going to choose another way. Lilith, if we look at her very name and look at modern day energy, we see the word lithium. Lithium is used to power batteries. Lithium gives us life. What Lilith represents to me when I look at her name and put that correlation, that we come to a space where we choose life. And that is what Lilith says. I have a comment that came through. A perfect balance of understanding that being submissive to a point, but also understanding that maintaining your personal power is important. That is so on point, Mystic. That is so on point. I love that you said that, because that is where we're coming to. Because submission, Eve herself, is not bad. I like that her name is even Eve, because when you think about something like Christmas Eve or the evening, New Year's Eve, it is the pre-stage before you come to something else. So in my understanding of the stories, is Eve represents the naivety that we all experience when we first come into life. Whether we were born under patriarchy or not, we all come in here as naive beings. We're wide-eyed, we're absorbing all of our environment, what's being told to us, whether it's the truth of who we are or not. We all start out as an Eve. So it's never to discredit or to put down Eve, because we get to a place when we become a Lilith, we understand Eve. Because even maybe one point in time, Lilith was Eve, what she was. And what she chose not to be a submissive Eve. She chose to be an awakened Eve. She chose to be the dawn, the light. Look at that. Eve is in the dark. Lilith is the light. When she came into the light of who she is when she was able to take, not even that, it's not that she was able to take ownership. She made the choice. Lilith reminds us that we have the choice to stay an Eve in darkness, or we can walk in our true power and light and take full accountability and ownership of that. So as we dig deeper into this archetype story of what Lilith represents, she is a great mother archetype. And a great mother doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to be a physical mother as far as birthing children. What the archetype mother, when we look at the triple goddess, right? We have the maiden, the mother, and the crone. When we come into the transition of womanhood of the mother phase, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have physical children. What that mother archetype phase represents is a responding to an ability. It is coming into the accountability of what you create based off your mind, because it's all about mindset. And this is where we are at when we ask ourselves, am I under the influence of Eve, or am I walking under the influence of my Lilith? And is there a way to honor both of these archetypes within me without losing who I am at the same time? I really enjoyed your Imbolc article. Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you for that. Yes, thank you. And for those who don't, I had an article on Imbolc, which we celebrated on the 1st of February. Typically, it's between the 1st of February to the 3rd of February, and it represents a midpoint, the midpoint between winter going into spring. And it is in honor of the goddess Brigid. Brigid, who is actually a Black deity, as time has progressed and as the inhabitants of that particular land in Ireland or Northern Ireland, as people have moved out of that land and others have came in, and through the different genealogies that came through, she is now known to be Saint Brigid through the Christianity norm. But the reason why Brigid is important, because she is a bridge, the name bridge, between darkness, Eve, and spring or light, Lilith. And she is the midpoint. That is the point on the bridge, is where you are at a crossroads to either stay where you were or to continue to go on your path. And this is the thing about our path. Your path is going to be your path, and it's going to keep on going with or without you. So as I'm tying this back in, or weaving the story of Lilith and Eve back into each other, we are seeing that we are going to have the reoccurring archetypes show up in our lives of when we are coming to our mother phase in life, where we are taking accountability for our life, responsibility for our choices. Just knowing that you have the power of choice is one thing, but to act on your power of choice is a whole nother experience. And this is why it's important for us to evoke our inner Lilith, our inner lithium, our inner light. Wow, I needed to hear that. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Yes, come through with that article, ancient knowledge. Yes, yes, yes. And shout out to the Cronez Way. Please make sure that you guys subscribe to the Cronez Way YouTube channel and also her podcast. I was a guest host, and I would love to hear you ladies' feedback on our recent interview. And I'll make sure I post in the community tab again for you ladies and gentlemen, if I have some gentlemen on the scene. Hello, how you fellas doing as well. But to weaving back into our story here, what we are being presented with at this time that we are in is that there's a call of action for womanhood. There's a call of action for us to be true to ourselves and true to our power, because the shifting is going to take place whether we want to or not, whether we're ready for it or not. The shifting is taking place. But the beauty of the shifting is that there's always an opportunity of an enlightened moment, the awakening moment for us to tap in and be in tuned. And this is why people like myself and others, the Cronez Way podcast, and so many other women are coming up and stepping into their light, stepping into the truth. Oh my goodness, baby, how you open this? Child, these kids know how to open everything. Okay, I won't take it from you. I'm glad I caught this one. I'm glad you're here too, my dear. I'm so glad. Oh, and thank you again, Cronez Way. Thank you. Thank you. And this is the beautiful thing about tapping into your mother energy, because this is when you actually activate your crone energy, right? And we're going to talk more about the crone in a separate live, where we can actually talk about her archetype and what that is for us, because it's not limited to an age, but it can be an age, but it's not limited to an age. So let's go back and tie into what we talked about today as we get ready to wrap up. We mentioned about the story, the myth of Eve, the story of Lilith, and how we are not going to demonize one or the other, but we are going to walk in synchronicity with them and honor both paths. In honoring both paths, we're going to make the bridge, shout out to Brigid, Saint Brigid, of where these two archetypes meet in our life and how we can utilize both, because there's a necessity of Eve. There's a necessity to tap into her archetype, just as much as there's a necessity to be a Lilith. So never down a sister who is not fully embodied in her Lilith energy. She may just be Eve, and that just may where she'll be. Honor your journey and honor your path by recognizing where you are going and why you are going, and taking ownership, complete sovereign ownership of your health, your wealth, your finance, your emotions, your mental, your physical, and your spiritual. And once you do all of those things, you shall reap the fruits of knowledge and wisdom. This is your girl, your friend, Tahiry Devine. I am so honored to be with you all today. If you haven't done so, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Hit that notification bell so that you're always notified when I go live or drop a video. Okay, you excited too? And make sure you sign up for class. We start Monday on the 14th, right before we get to the full moon. If you're interested in mapping your magic, unlocking your potential, and stepping into your sovereignty, then this is where you want to be. All the links will be in my description and or in the community tab. I am so honored to be before you all. And until next time, we have another live. I'll be going live on the 14th, and we'll be talking about love. Because who doesn't want to talk about love on Valentine's Day? So we'll be going to the dark feminine aspect of love and what that means for a dark feminine woman or dark feminine embodied person. Until next time, I love you all, and good night. Say bye. Say bye-bye.